Okay, I was gonna make an Am I the Asshole post about this, but I have decided that I'm not. I'm not the asshole. 100% stamped it. I'm not. And it's weird that anybody could think that I am. Last week during the day, I think it was like a Tuesday, randomly, somebody rings our doorbell and I go to the door and it's a 16-year-old girl. And she says that she grew up in our house that we rent. She grew up in our house and she was wondering if she could come inside and have a look around. And I said no. We just said that we had a reactive dog and that she couldn't come inside. And she was like, okay, no worries. And she left. And then I posted about how terrifying that was as a joke, but I said it was terrifying because teenagers are terrifying. But also, she's a complete stranger that I don't want in my home. I have never saved ring footage faster because you need to document everything. And somehow everyone interpreted the post so wrong and it got so weird in the responses. People were like, oh, that could have been a great memory for her. You should have let her in to see her childhood home. She wasn't gonna do anything. You should have just let her in to look around. First of all, we live in a nothing house. It's literally just a box from the 1940s in a neighborhood. It is nothing, but that's beside the point. I don't want a stranger, especially a minor stranger, in my home. We are two middle-aged gay men with a pit bull. We gotta be on high alert at all times. A bunch of people were like, oh, a few years ago, I took my grandma back to see her childhood home, and the people they sold it to still live there, and it was such a fun memory. You should have let her in to experience that. And I was like, oh, a completely different situation than what happened to me. I'm glad you have that memory, but that's not even remotely what happened to us. I had one person say, oh, if she went crazy, you could take her. What? I have a very curated home with very fragile things. I don't want to have to worry about someone, a stranger, freaking out in my home and destroying it that then I have to take down, especially a teenager. Also, I'm not even sure if it's legal to have a stranger minor enter your home. And I'm not willing to test that law anytime soon. Some creeps were even like, what are you hiding? I don't know, my privacy, my freedoms? It is 2025. We trust no bitch, okay? Sorry, that's just the world we live in now. No one is entitled to my home and personal space. No means no. Has no one listened to a single true crime podcast or watched a movie ever? Did you not see The Strangers or Mother or even last season of White Lotus? No one wants you to come back to your ancestral home. Just look it up on Zillow. That's what it's for. Not to mention a scam or a prank. I don't want to deal with that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Who's to say she's not casing the joint to go back to her two roided out uncles to have them come rob us? I got so many weird responses. It's creepy. I know you guys want to be trusting, but that's weird. So no, I'm not the asshole in this situation for not letting a teenage stranger into my home. Am I crazy? That's weird, right? It's weird. All right. I love you. Goodbye.